The Armed Forces of Ukraine, AFU, have continued their attempts to conduct offensive operations in Donetsk, Krasny Liman, and South Donetsk directions during the previous 24 hours. In Donetsk direction, the Yug Group of forces in defense has successfully repelled 10 enemy attacks close to Belogorivka, Orakovo-Vasilevka, Yugovnoye, Kleshchivka, Pervomaiskoye, Opignoye, and Vodyanoye, Donetsk People's Republic, during the past 24 hours, said Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov, the Russian Federation Defense Ministry spokesman. In the past 24 hours, the enemy has lost up to 290 Ukrainian troops killed and wounded, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 9 motor vehicles, 2 pickup trucks, 1 Akatsiya self-propelled howitzer, M-STB and D-30 howitzers, as well as 1 Polish-made Krab self-propelled artillery system. During combat operations in Kupiansk region, the Zapad group of Russian forces aviation launched 11 strikes at enemy temporary deployment sites of 14 separate mechanized brigade and territorial defense units. The group's Tornado MLRS units launched guided missiles at a military train close to Balaklia. 5 enemy Uragan MLRS vehicles have been destroyed. In addition, a mortar crew west of Novozolokoye and 2 ammunition supply points near Kislovka have been destroyed, said Russia Defense Ministry in an official statement July 4. A special operations unit destroyed P-18 long-range radar with a Lancet loitering munition unmanned aerial vehicle close to Digachi. Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov, the Russian Federation Defense Ministry spokesman July 4 said, in total the armed forces of Ukraine have been losing 449 fighter jets and 241 helicopters, 4,887 unmanned aerial vehicles, 426 air defense missile systems, 10,503 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles. Also 1,134 combat vehicles equipped with MLRS, 5,330 field artillery cannons and mortars, as well as 11,407 units of special military equipment have been destroyed during the special military operation. The General Staff of Ukraine's Armed Forces reported on July 4 that Russia had lost 231,030 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of its full-scale invasion on February 24 last year. This number includes 770 casualties Russian forces suffered just over the past day. According to the report, Russia has also lost 4,059 tanks, 7,908 armored fighting vehicles, 6,843 vehicles and fuel tanks, 4,252 artillery systems, 647 multiple launch rocket systems, 394 air defense systems, 315 airplanes, 309 helicopters, 3,602 drones, as well as 18 boats and 590 special equipment boats. Ukrainian forces are advancing on the city's southern flank, near the village of Klishchiyuka, said Deputy Defense Minister Grad MLRS said on July 4. However, the situation is changing very rapidly. Control over the same positions can be lost and regained twice a day, the official wrote in her telegram. Defense Ministry reports escalation on Bakhmut front line, advances on southern flank. The battlefield situation has escalated again in the Bakhmut area, with two sides trying to gain the initiative, Deputy Defense Minister Grad MLRS reported. We have an advance on the southern flank around Bakhmut. Fighting continues in the north. In Bakhmut itself, it is difficult for the enemy to move and it is impossible to get out. At the same time, the enemy is advancing in the Lyman, Avdiivka, and Marin directions. It is very hot there, but the enemy cannot advance. We have progress in the south. Details later, said Hannah.
Подвигу, який щохвилини здійснюють наші захисники.
Russia accused Kiev regime behind an attempt to carry out an attack by 5 drones on targets in Moscow region, and New Moscow has been foiled this morning. 4 Ukrainian UAVs on the territory of New Moscow were shot down by air defense forces. Another UAV was suppressed by electronic warfare and crashed on the territory of Odintsevo district, Moscow region, wrote Russia Defense Ministry in an official statement July 4. There were no casualties or damage as a result of the foiled terrorist attack. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova slammed the attempt by Ukrainian drones to attack Russian territory, where civil infrastructure facilities are located, including an airport, as another act of terrorism committed by Kiev regime. She stressed that the United States, Great Britain and France, that a UN Security Council permanent members finance the terrorist regime by supporting Kiev.
Для того, чтобы подтолкнуть нас к нанесению ответных ударов подобного рода, а потом еще больше раскрутить антироссийскую истерию. Мы до сих пор воздерживаемся от таких шагов, но будем очень внимательно следить за развитием ситуации. И тем, кто действует подобным образом, следует знать, что в случае продолжения провокаций им не поздоровится.
Russia launched strike with drone in Sumy region. An airstrike has been delivered on the building housing the Ukrainian Security Services (SBU) office in the city of Sumy in northern Ukraine, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said on Monday. Regrettably, our country doesn't have enough high-quality air defense systems to defend our entire territory, Zelensky said in a video address posted on his Telegram channel. According to Zelensky, another strike was delivered on the city of Sumy, targeting the building of the Ukrainian Security Service. Ukrainian media outlets reported earlier that an air raid warning had been issued in Sumy and the Sumy region and explosions had been heard in the city. Unfortunately, our state does not yet have enough high-quality air defense systems to protect our entire territory and shoot down all enemy targets. The enemy is taking advantage of this, as it did today, when it launched another terrorist attack on the city of Sumy with an Iranian drone, hitting residential buildings and the building of the Security Service of Ukraine. As a result of these strikes, there are wounded and killed. My condolences, Zelensky added.
За час цієї війни 8 зенітних ракетних бригад отримали почесну відзнаку за мужність та відвагу. Понад 1100 воїнів-зенітників отримали державні нагороди. На жаль, наша держава поки не має достатньої кількості якісних систем ППО, щоб захистити всю нашу територію та збивати всі ворожі цілі. Ворог цим користується, як сьогодні, завдавши чергового терористичного удару по місту Суми. Іранським дроном, зокрема, по житлових будинках, а також по будівлі Служби безпеки України. Внаслідок цих ударів є поранені, є загиблі. Мої співчуття. Ми зробимо все можливе і неможливе, щоб наша ППО стала найсильнішою. Сьогодні мені доповідав генерал Олещук, командувач.
During a special reconnaissance, operators of one of the units of the Special Operations Forces of the Ukrainian Armed Forces discovered the location of 3 BM-21 Grad units behind enemy lines. The coordinates were quickly transferred to comrades from other units of the Defense Forces of Ukraine. Then, Ukraine forces launched an attack and the enemy lost 3 BM-21 Grad MLRS at once. Well done. Good morning, Ukraine. 3 Grads were destroyed in the Bakhmut area, wrote General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the telegram July 4. The Yug Group of Russian forces units successfully repelled an attack of the enemy assault group in Lysychansk direction. The group's artillery launched strikes at AFU manpower and hardware clusters close to Belogorivka and Veseloye. 2 dugouts were destroyed. The Ukrainian nationalists suffered great losses. The group's artillery launched strikes at AFU infrastructure close to Kleshivka, Kurdimovka, and Bogdanovka. An enemy infantry fighting vehicle has been destroyed by an anti-tank guided missile. A Sonsepyok heavy flamethrower system crew has eliminated a manpower cluster of the AFU 54th Motorized Rifle Brigade near Kleshivka. Southern MD's missile unit destroyed an AFU rocket ammunition depot near Krasnoarmeysk with a high-precision strike. In the course of counter-battery warfare, 2 120mm mortars at firing positions close to Menkovka, 2 D-30 122mm howitzers have been destroyed, as well as 17 militants of the AFU Mountain Assault Brigade have been eliminated near Poboda and Krasnogorivka.
The armed forces of Ukraine have continued their attempts to conduct offensive operations in the Donetsk, Krasny Liman and South Donetsk directions during the previous 24 hours. In the Donetsk direction, the Yug Group of forces in defense has successfully repelled 10 enemy attacks close to Belogorovka, Orekhovo-Veselovka, Yagodnoye, Klisheyevka, Pervomaiskoye, Opytnoye and Vodinoye of Donetsk People's Republic during the past 24 hours. In the past 24 hours, the enemy has lost up to 290 Ukrainian troops killed and wounded, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 9 motor vehicles, 2 pickup trucks, 1 Akatsia self-propelled howitzer, Stabi and D-30 howitzers, as well as 1 Polish-made Krab self-propelled artillery system. An ammunition depot of the Ukrainian 54th Mechanized Brigade has been hit close to Vyimka of Donetsk People's Republic. In the Krasny Liman direction, the Center Group of Forces units, aviation and artillery inflicted losses on the units of the Ukrainian 21st and 67th Mechanized Brigades close to Nevskoye and Chervonaya Dibrova of Lugansk People's Republic. Moreover, 4 enemy attacks were repelled close to Novovodinoye of Lugansk People's Republic and Yampolovka of Donetsk People's Republic. 1 Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance group has been eliminated close to Chervonaya Dibrova of Lugansk People's Republic. The enemy has suffered losses of over 135 Ukrainian troops. 2 armored fighting vehicles, 2 pickup trucks, 1 Gwozdika self-propelled artillery system, as well as 2 D-30 and 1 D-20 howitzers in this direction in the past 24 hours. In the South Donetsk direction, artillery and heavy flamethrower systems of the Vostok group of forces have repelled 2 enemy attacks close to Urozhainoye of Donetsk People's Republic in the past 24 hours. In addition, actions of 1 Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance group have been thwarted near Priyutnoye of Zaporozhye region. In the Zaporozhye direction, due to dedicated and cohesive actions of the Russian troops, a strike was delivered to a manpower and military equipment cluster of the Ukrainian 106th Territorial Defense Brigade near Lugovskoye of Zaporozhye region. In the past 24 hours, the enemy has lost up to 200 Ukrainian troops, 1 tank, 4 infantry fighting vehicles, 4 armored fighting vehicles, 3 motor vehicles, 2 SBU howitzers, as well as 1 D-20 howitzer. Moreover, an ammunition depot of the Ukrainian 47th Mechanized Brigade was destroyed close to Orekhov of Zaporozhye region. In the Kupiansk direction, operational tactical and dummy aviation, as well as artillery of the Zapad group of forces, have inflicted losses on the Ukrainian manpower and military equipment close to Berestovoye and Timkovka of Kharkov region. Moreover, 1 enemy attack was repelled close to Novoselovskoye of Lugansk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 30 Ukrainian troops, 3 motor vehicles, Akatsiya and Gyatsin B self-propelled artillery systems, 1 D-20 howitzer, and 1 American-made M777 artillery system during the past 24 hours. Moreover, an ammunition depot of the 67th Territorial Defense Brigade was neutralized close to Peshchanoye of Kharkov region. In the Kherson direction, up to 50 Ukrainian troops, 3 motor vehicles, 1 SBU howitzer, and 1 US-made M777 artillery system have been neutralized over the past 24 hours. Operational tactical and dummy aviation, missile troops and artillery of the Russian group of forces have engaged 85 Ukrainian artillery units at their firing positions, manpower and military equipment in 102 areas during the day. Fighter aircraft of the Russian aerospace forces has shot down 1 Ukrainian Su-25 airplane near Grigorovka, as well as 1 made helicopter of the Ukrainian Air Force near Novogrodovka of Donetsk People's Republic. Russian air defense units have shot down 2 Su-25 airplanes of the Ukrainian Air Force near Georgievka of Donetsk People's Republic and Orekhov of Zaporozhye region. In addition, 5 HIMARS projectiles have been intercepted over the past 24 hours. 14 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles were destroyed in the areas of Ploshanka and Topolevka of Lugansk People's Republic, Krymki, Sagi of Kherson region, Gladkoye, Nesteryanka, Inženernoye of Zaporozhye region. In total, 449 airplanes, 241 helicopters, 4,887 unmanned aerial vehicles, 426 air defense missile systems, 10,503 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,134 combat vehicles equipped with MLRS, 5,330 field artillery cannons and motors, as well as 11,407 units of special military equipment have been destroyed during the special military operation.
Terima kasih sudah nonton. Jangan lupa like, subscribe, dan share ya.